Hey there, bold and the beautiful fans. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into all the drama, romance, and jaw-dropping twists that make this soap opera an absolute must-watch. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our breakdowns, spoilers, and fan discussions. Today, we're tackling one of the hottest topics buzzing in the B&B community right now: Ivy Forrester's explosive return to Los Angeles and her unexpected pivot into the role of the ultimate meddler. Played by the incredibly talented Ashley Brewer, Ivy has gone from a fan favorite with edge and passion to someone who's fixated on propriety and interfering in her niece's love life. And let's be real, many of us are asking the same question. Does Ivy desperately need a boyfriend, a fresh love interest, and a storyline that doesn't revolve around her chanting, "It's not proper," like it's her new catchphrase? If you're nodding along because this arc has left you frustrated, confused, or just plain wanting more for this character, you're in the right place. We're going to unpack this in exhaustive detail, drawing from recent episodes, fan reactions across social media, historical context from the show, and even some spoilers that hint at where things might be headed. Buckle up, because this is going to be a long, juicy ride, broken into paragraphs for easy following. Let's jump in. First off, let's set the stage with a comprehensive recap of Ivy's return and how we got to this meddling madness. For those who might be jumping back into B&B after a hiatus or just need a refresher, Ivy Forrester burst back onto the scene in late 2024, bringing a fresh wave of excitement to the Forrester family dynamics. As the daughter of John Forrester and niece to Eric Forrester, Ivy has always been that intriguing outsider with her Australian roots, adding a touch of international flair to the Los Angeles-based drama. Her initial comeback was tied to introducing her niece, Electra Forrester, played by the fresh-faced Linnea Grace, as part of the show's effort to infuse new blood into the younger generation. Electra's arrival was meant to shake things up, and at first, Ivy seemed like the perfect mentor figure, someone with a history of navigating the treacherous waters of love and betrayal in the Forrester-Spencer-Logan triangle. Remember, Ivy's past includes steamy romances with both Liam and Wyatt Spencer, not to mention her infamous blackmail schemes and that dramatic push into the Sen by Quinn Fuller. She was bold, she was beautiful, and she lived up to the show's title in every way. Fans were thrilled. Social media lit up with posts like, "Ivy's back and better than ever," and speculations about who she'd tangle with next. But oh, how quickly things shifted. Fast forward to episodes airing in early 2026, and Ivy's role has morphed into something almost unrecognizable. Her focus has narrowed obsessively to Electra's budding romance with Will Spencer, the son of Bill Spencer, portrayed by newcomer Crew Morrow. Will, with his charming yet potentially playboyish vibes inherited from his father, seemed like a natural fit for Electra's first big love story. Their chemistry was electric, pun intended, from the start, with sweet moments at Forrester Creations and stolen glances that screamed young love. However, Ivy stepped in as the self-appointed guardian, and it all started innocently enough with concerns about Electra spending the night at the beach house. In one pivotal episode from January 2026, Ivy voiced her disapproval, citing family values and propriety. It felt a bit out of left field, but okay, protective aunt mode activated. Then came the escalation. Ivy, who was supposedly laid up sick at the Forrester mansion, miraculously recovered and turned into a one-woman surveillance team. Picture this: Ivy skulking outside Will's beach house, peering through windows like she's auditioning for a spy thriller. What she witnessed, or thought she witnessed, set off a chain reaction that's dominated recent airtime. Let's break down that infamous spying scene in detail, because it's the catalyst for so much of the current drama. In the January 28th, 2026 episode, Ivy catches sight of Will and Dylan, the art teacher, played by Sydney Bullock, in what she deems a way too close moment. Dylan, who's been temporarily staying at the beach house after facing some personal hardships, was practicing ballet when she tripped and landed in Will's lap. Innocent accident? Absolutely, from what we've seen. But to Ivy, it was scandalous. Flirtatious dancing, physical closeness, and zero regard for boundaries. She muttered to herself, "It's not proper. It's not proper at all." A line that's become meme-worthy among fans. Storming in like a force of nature, Ivy confronted Dylan head-on, accusing her of trying to steal Elektra's boyfriend. The dialogue was fiery. Ivy hurled insults about self-respect and even offered money, a bribe essentially, to get Dylan to pack up and leave Los Angeles forever. "Pack your things and never come back," Ivy demanded, her Australian accent adding an extra layer of intensity. Dylan, caught off guard, tried to defend herself, explaining the mishap, but Ivy wasn't having it. This confrontation spilled over into subsequent episodes, with Ivy issuing ultimatums and threats that have left viewers divided. Is this protective instinct gone too far, or is Ivy drawing from her own painful history with Spencer men? To understand why this feels so jarring, we need to delve into Ivy's character history, a journey that spanned over a decade on the show. Ivy first appeared in 2014 as a jewelry designer for Forrester Creations, quickly entangling herself in love triangles that defined her early arcs. Her romance with Liam Spencer was passionate. She pursued him with fervor, sharing kisses that had fans rooting for an Ivy-Liam endgame. But Liam's heart was always torn between her and Hope Logan, leading to heartbreak when Ivy realized she was the rebound. Then came Wyatt, Liam's brother, adding sibling rivalry to the mix. Ivy's schemes like blackmailing Thomas Forrester over Allie's death scandal showed her edgier side. She wasn't afraid to play dirty for what she wanted. There was the time she faked a video to expose Steffi, or her alliance with Quinn that backfired spectacularly. These moments painted Ivy as complex, vulnerable yet scheming, romantic yet resilient. Her departure in 2018 felt like a loss, but her 2024 return promised revival. Instead, by 2026, she's reduced to a prudish chaperone, lecturing on morality despite her own checkered past. Fans on platforms like Reddit and X, formerly Twitter, have pointed this out repeatedly. One post captures the mix of empathy and frustration. It felt like she was reliving her own past trauma. The way Ivy acted wasn't proper. It wasn't proper at all. It's a sentiment echoed across the fandom. Why strip away her fire and replace it with judgment? This prudish turn, as many call it, has sparked endless debates. In articles like one from Soaps.com titled "Bold and the Beautiful Stephanie Forrester Recast with Ivy," writers suggest Ivy's channeling the late Stephanie Forrester's judgmental bulldozer energy. Stephanie was the matriarch who disapproved of Brooke Logan's every move, often with a side of moral superiority. Now, Ivy's doing the same to Dylan, questioning her self-respect and propriety. But unlike Stephanie, who had decades of backstory justifying her stance, Ivy's shift feels abrupt. She's the same woman who kissed brothers, navigated love triangles, and lived with a bit of edge and passion, as the original script notes. Fans on social media are flooded with complaints. Why is Ivy suddenly so judgmental? This isn't the Ivy we know. Let her live her own life. A hilarious fan reaction compilation on Soaps.com highlights how her repeated "it's not proper" line has turned her into a modern Mary Poppins, prim, proper, and utterly out of character. One fan sums it up: "Bringing Ivy back was a complete waste. She exists solely to prop up Elektra." It's clear the fandom wants the old Ivy back, the one with her own desires, not just aunt duties. So why does Ivy need a boyfriend? Let's explore this in depth because it's the crux of our discussion. Right now, Ivy's energy is entirely projected on Elektra's relationship, making her come across as unhinged and unlikable. As spoilers from Celeb Dirty Laundry suggest, Ivy needs a boyfriend and a better story than all this "it's not proper" meddling. A love interest would redirect that intensity inward, giving her vulnerability, passion, and growth. Think about it. Ivy's last meaningful romance ended in rejection. After pursuing Liam post his near-death scare, she had to accept his heart belonged to Hope Logan. Since then, crickets. No steamy dates, no flirtations, just meddling. A new hunk could humanize her, perhaps sparking jealousy that mirrors her protectiveness over Elektra. Imagine Ivy falling for someone Elektra disapproves of, a delicious role reversal. Or, as fan theories speculate, her overprotectiveness stems from loneliness. Without a partner, she's vicariously living through her niece. Soap operas thrive on relationships evolving characters, and Ivy's stagnant arc is dragging her down. Bringing in romance would redirect that intensity, allowing her to embrace vulnerability, passion, and growth. Ashley Brewer, with her strong acting chops, deserves material that showcases complex emotions, regret, desire, butterflies, not just lectures. Expanding on potential love interests, B&B has a deep bench of eligible characters ripe to pair with Ivy. Let's brainstorm some options, drawing from the show's vast ensemble.